Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you a Naruto Shinobi Class Mod build in Baldur's Gate 3. This is the Shinobi Class Mod made by MagixionAndBoogie here. I previously posted a build for the Sasuke version, which I'll link down in the description, but now we're focusing on the Naruto, which is just recently completed 8 days ago. Now, what's cool about this is we get ourselves like sneak attacks, we also get a throw shuriken bonus action. This is a little strong, but not brokenly overpowered like some other ones. We get increased movement speed, we add our wisdom modifier to our armor class, and we get the use our dexterity instead of strength if dex is higher, similar to the monk, and we get to choose a shinobi origin, so you get to choose which village you come from. Now, the village hidden in the mist gives you the hidden mist jutsu and become immune to blindness, which is very powerful, so this is the one we'll be going with. The hidden in the leaf will allow you to use a clone technique here, which you can create a clone of yourself to aid yourself in battle, and you can also, if you get down, you can come back up, so this would be another good choice. Hidden in the sand gives you the sandstorm ability, which you can entangle targets and movement speed becomes halved in an area. Hidden village hidden in the stone gives you the seismic provocation there, and then also the seismic earth style boulder shift techniques, which you can use the weight of your chakra to enhance your body's defense or agility. And there's a village hidden in the clouds, which gives you +5 to initiative. Can't be surprised, and you get the lightning cloak ability. We're going with this one here. Hidden mist jutsu is really powerful and great for level 1 ability. Now we'll go with an ability score spread like this here. So 16 dexterity, 14 constitution, 16 wisdom, and 10 charisma. You can also swap out the wisdom and constitution if you prefer. At level 2, we get a bonus action and a bonus unarmed strike, so similar to the monk there. And also a bonus main hand attack. And we also get the flicker step, teleport a short distance, instantly allowing you to evade attacks or reposition strategically in the blink of an eye. Also, you can use tactician hands. I recommend that with pretty much any and all class mods, as you can change the difficulty to your choosing. We get a feat at level 2 here, and we can use this to boost up our wisdom or our dexterity, depending if we wanted to use more melee or our type of spell casting. So here we get to choose our subclass. So there's Indra's Path and the Asura's Path, the new one here. So previously I showed off you can activate your Sharingan and get Chidori and Fireball Jutsu. But on Asura's Path, we get ourselves the Uzumaki Blood, so you have Overwhelming Chakra, and the Nine Tails Jinchuriki, so you'll hold the Nine Tails Beast within. You get Shadow Clone Jutsu, create 2 durable Shadow Clones to fight by your side and overwhelm enemies with numbers. These clones can be controlled until long rest, and you can dismiss them. And we also get Rasengan, so this does a 1d12 force plus 2 force damage, and just uses up your chakra. At level 4, we get the Slow Fall, resistance to fall damage, and the Nine Tails Rage. Unleash the raw fury of the Nine Tails, sending your strength overwhelming levels, fearing nearby enemies and driving you to a frenzied state where your friend and foe blur in your rampage. For 6 turns, use the Nine Tails chakra and 2 of your regular chakra. At this point, we can take up our wisdom to another 2, or take the alert feat for the +5 to initiative, whatever you prefer. At level 5, extra attack, nice, and you also get the Rasen Shuriken here, so a 2d6 of force, hurl a spinning charisma or chakra shuriken. And if Indra's reincarnation stands within 6 meters of their Amaterasu, ignites in its vortex, adding internal flames. So yeah, if you go with both the Asura Path and Indra's Path, you can actually combine these together, which is really cool. You get evasion at level 6, similar to the rogue and the monk. And we also get the multi-shadow clone, create 4 durable clones of yourself, and an ability score improvement, which we can take up dex or wisdom at this point. And at level 7, we get ourselves unarmored movement, so increase movement speed when we're not wearing armor. Sage mode, so you enter a heightened state by blending natural enemies with your chakra and enabling abilities at the expense of double chakra cost. And you can summon Gamabunta. So you call forth Gamabunta, the legendary chief toad of the Mount Miyaboku, and crushing impact. Gamabunta enters the battlefield as a temporary ally. So I'll show off that too, pretty cool. You also get the Nine Tails Rage Controlled, which uses 3 chakra and your Nine Tails chakra for 8 turns. And we also have the Vanishing Rasengan, which is a 5d4 of force plus 20. At compact, Rasengan thrown in the pinpoint precision disappears midair before striking, making it impossible to track or dodge. And we'll take up our wisdom here to 20 at level 4, so all those ability score improvements are pretty good. At level 9, we get ourselves unarmed movement, so we can not be slowed down by difficult terrain, and we can jump a little bit further. And we have the Flying Raijin Strike here, which is a 46 plus 6 force damage, teleport to a marked area and knock down with a Rasengan. So yeah, very much like Naruto here. Into level 10, we get ourselves Shadow Clone Jutsu, create 2 durable clones. And these clones get more abilities now. And we also get ourselves another feat here. So we could go alert. You can also go with the Tavern Brawler feat if you want to punch people and then take up your charisma or something like that. Just because that's going to be pretty strong as well. We also got ourselves Kurama Chakra mode, so unleash the power of the Nine Tails, gaining extra action, bonus action, increased armor class. Also marks all enemies in the area with a seal for the Flying Rajin. If Indra's reincarnation stands within 6 meters, they will cloak you in Susanoo armor. Crazy. It works alongside the other class mod perfectly. And we also get the 6 Paths Chakra boost. Your sage is the 6 Paths chosen. His blessing will protect you. Regain 100 health points and full chakra if your health goes below 20%. Only once per long rest. This is when it becomes very overpowered, actually. At level 12, we get the Tailed Beast Planetary Rasengan. 10d4 plus 80 force damage. Form a concentrated sphere of chakra and launch a devastating blast. Using a 9 chills chakra and 7 of your own chakra. So we can also continue to take a different spell different ability like the Savage Attacker. Or you can go with Alert to ensure that you go first pretty much every single time in combat. And at higher levels, you do continue to get more chakra, but we'll just leave it at that for this video. As for gear, we can go with the Mask of Soul Perception for better attack rolls. And early game, honestly, use whatever you prefer. This is going to get overpowered quickly. The Scrappy Pugilist Circlet can also give you additional damage if you want to go with something like that. Or even the Helmet of Arcane Acuity, but we don't want to use armor. Cloak of Protection for better armor class. Vest of Soul Rejuvenation, the best in class because this gives you a reaction attack if someone attacks you and misses. And I'm also using just the regular old orange dye or the pale orange dye to give this armor effect. So that's how you can achieve this on your own. Gloves of Soul Catching, be able to do additional force damage on your unarmed strikes. The Disintegrating Nightwalkers are great. You can also go with the Boots on Inhibited Kashigo, adding Wisdom modifier to unarmed strikes. Evasive Shoes if you want to get higher armor class. Now, the weapon that I think looks the most like a kunai is the Dollar Amaris here, so that when you land a critical hit, you deal additional 7 damage. So I went with that. You also want to really min-max that. You can go with the Crimson Mischief there and have a Dollar Amaris in your offhand. And then we got the Hellrider Longbow. This makes sure that we go first. You don't need that, but Ring of Protection, Critical Ring, Amulet of Greater Health, so the usuals there for most overpowered gear. You can also go with the Ring of Fleeing if you wanted to throw your knives around a little bit. So it's another choice too. So to start things off in combat, we got our Kurama mode here, which can give us an extra bunch of abilities, extra action, bonus action. So this is a good form to go into pretty early on. And if you have Sasuke nearby, you can power yourself up even further. So we'll first start off with that there. And this is a 5-turn ability, gives us extra action, so we get a lot of actions. Then we can call in summoning Jutsu Gamabunta here to call in Gamabunta, and he will drop down. It also marks everyone here. We got Counterspelled, of course we did. It's only usable once per battle, so I guess we'll use our multi-shadow clones here, so we can pop down and create clones of ourselves there, which have their own unique initiatives, so they can go. And also they have Asura's presence there, so some cool clones. Then we also got Nine Tails controlled ability there. The Flying Rajin Strike here, we can teleport to any of these any targets that are marked with the seal there, and it's going to do damage in an area of effect around them. Pretty useful. And then we also have a Throw Shuriken bonus action we got to use. Flicker Step, which you can teleport around with. I'm just going to use a Throw Shuriken there to attack this target. And they have the Flying Rajin Seal whenever you do a melee attack there. And then you can teleport and knock down with a Rasengan on these targets here. So you can see, you can continually keep zapping around to each of these. It's pretty powerful at that point. And you can also go into your Sage mode as well if you want to power up your abilities even further. It doubles your chakra cost, but it makes it more powerful. So yeah, if you want, you can fly around using your Flying Rajin Strike there to continually keep attacking. And that was a pretty effective turn. I'm not going to keep doing that just because it is a little bit powerful at that point. And you can see our shadow clones going there to fight and using different pushing based attacks. We have the Greater Kashigo counter, which is always a nice thing to have. It's obviously pretty powerful. Hitting critical hits will do a lot of damage with that. And they can fly around setting up your seals as well. What's nice is they break concentration for you, so they're nice just to have those shadow clones going around. And you're going to see another shadow clone going off, just attacking and getting counterspelled, but hey, that eats up that reaction for us, so we won't get counterspelled. Alright, so I will summon in Gamabunta here, so you can summon him in. Big frog jumps down, and booyah, there he is. So that's pretty cool. He does cause a bit of a lag, but hey, that's fair. And we also have the Tailed Beast Planetary Rasengan here, which we can use in a large area of effect. It's really powerful. So yeah, this is something you want to be mindful of using where you're going to be going with it. So you can go with that huge attack. Yeah, it's very powerful. You can also do any of these melee attacks too. We have our normal Rasengan, which allows us to charge forward and hit an enemy. We do have to move to a lot of our targets though, so that's something you got to just keep in mind. So you can also just use some more shadow clones there to give yourself some extra damage. So we'll summon in 2 more of them, and yeah, we'll call that. I guess we'll just throw a couple shurikens at this spellcaster here, and we'll call that a day. pretty good. And that also sets up the flying Rajin seal, so if you wanted to use that attack, you keep warping around to keep attacking more, obviously becoming very powerful at that point. Having a battlefield full of shadow clones and Gamma Bunta there, you definitely want to use Tactician in hands for this one. So they'll also run around. They use Rasen Shuriken. They throw Shuriken, so it's cool because they use all the different Naruto abilities there. So yeah, our next turn here, we got Rasengan, our Flicker Step. It's hard because our big frog here is kind of in the way and it's interrupting our path for a lot of these attacks, so that's something to keep in mind. Now the cool thing with Rasen Shuriken is if Amaterasu is in the ground, it will add Eternal Flames to the damage of this, so it can be pretty good. Now it's hard to hit targets without hitting our own frog there, so yeah, that's unfortunate. And we also have the Hidden Mist Jutsu, so we can use this to blind in a large area as well, so this can be pretty good. We can create a large blind zone for ourselves to hide out in, which is pretty nice to have. These shadow clones we can actually control, so we can use them to run around and get into positions where we want to attack targets there, and then use things like our Vanishing Rasengan. If we have the mobility for it, normal Rasengan, I actually can't make it that far, so we'll just throw a Shuriken at them. And here's Gamma Bunta doing his turn. Probably getting caught up on its large body size. Yeah, it did. It got stuck. So you can see there, use the Rasen Shuriken there and ran around. Sometimes it will use an attack and a throwing knife. Procced an opportunity attack, so use up its reaction. It's kind of not a bad thing to have happen. Yeah, I guess we can try and hit the targets with our Rasengan here. So we'll use our Ninetales Rage Controlled here to further boost ourselves up. Even though we had another version of that act, I just want to showcase all of this. And then we can use our Rasen Shuriken there. We unfortunately are in the cloud, so it's hard to see that. We continually keep following it up, and then we can do our Flying Rajin Strike there to hit that target and finish them off. And yeah, I'll show off a couple more abilities here. So we can also use sneak attacks on targets too, which is nice, especially since we have so many clones that we can pop down on the ground and then use those to power ourselves up too. So I also go into the Kurama Chakra again, because this gives us the ability to do multiple different attacks, like the Flying Rajin Strike there, which is super useful to have. And I guess I ran out of chakra here, but you do replenish that on short rest, so it's pretty good. But at the end of the day, you still got very powerful attacks, and you can sneak attack. That's always a nice thing to have in your back pocket there. So if you ever need to, you got a sneak attack you can bust out, and it's pretty strong to have, but you do need that advantage on the target. And here's Gamma Bunta here. He does have a water bullet, water style attack, so he can use that as well. And they saved on it. And he also got another frog attack. Oh, I got them with the opportunity attack. So funny seeing Gamma Bunta there. But yeah, you replenish all your resources on a short rest, then you can go in and do another Tailed Beast Planetary Rasengan. Huge area of effect attack there. Yeah, there's a lot of very strong abilities. Oh, we aggroed Minsk. That sucks. So yeah, that is the Naruto Class Mod. So made by MagixionAndBoogie here. Incredible job on this one. So I might do a video showcasing Sasuke alongside Naruto in the future. I tried to make it look like Naruto, but I was having a hard time finding guy character models that look like Naruto. So I just went with this other version. Yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button below, and I'll see you all in the next video.